Hey guys, Gene here from the BSP Wrestling Show, here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for March 28th, 2017. Another go-home show to WrestleMania that pretty much disappointed me. They could have did so much more with this show. Same with Raw yesterday. There were so many things they could have done to help build this pay-per-view even more that I feel like they missed the boat on a little bit. I mean, it was a solid show. I'll probably give it a B-, but some things were just a miss, and some things they probably could have did a whole lot better, and I'll try to talk about some of those things here in this review. Man, yeah, it was, like I said, a solid show. It wasn't the best show, but this is WrestleMania season, and the WWE, once again, is being lazy with their booking, and they're not booking towards WrestleMania. That's not what they're booking towards. They're just booking towards a regular pay-per-view. This is not a regular pay-per-view. This is the biggest pay-per-view of all time. The greatest sports spectacle in all of sports. This is WrestleMania, the showcase of the freaking immortals. And the build towards this was not good by any means. But let's get into the show. Slap a like on the video before I get into this review. If you guys are excited for WrestleMania, slap a like on the video if WWE did a terrible job of getting you hyped for WrestleMania. Either way, slap a like on the video. It's definitely appreciated, and I thank you guys for that. So Bryan kicks off SmackDown Live with a contract signing between Shane McMahon and AJ Styles. They come to the ring and everything. Shane came out first. He said, SmackDown is a land of opportunity, and he and Bryan had a vision for that when SmackDown Live started 8 months ago. A place where everybody could tune in and a family could be entertained and nobody would be pushing any type of agendas. And he says AJ will always be a part of that. No matter what happens on Sunday, he's still one of the best ever to step foot into that ring. And, he's pretty much just giving him positive adulation and everything. He says he's one of the best in the world, and, he's worked all around the world to get to this point. And he came in blowing the doors off of the place, and, the crowd cheered for him as they did it as soon as he said it. And he says you can hear from how they're cheering for you. When you captured the championship and everything, you got this ego. And it got so big and you became so arrogant that it cost you your title to John Cena and your opportunity to Randy Orton. And he says his ego is getting in the way of everything, and that was why he was not scheduled to be at WrestleMania. Shane says he went after him, but he brings out the best in people. Pretty much saying that he's not no pushover. Whatever is going to happen on Sunday, AJ's going to have to bring his A game. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Shane says every time he faces somebody, he brings out the very best in them. When he put him through that table last week, he saw the doubt that AJ had on his face, that he has to, like he just said, bring everything to the table and go all out when they have their match. And if he doesn't give him all of that, he won't feel so phenomenal if Shane's hand is being raised at WrestleMania. And then AJ was like, this is just a normal match, right? No type of stipulation, no weapons are involved. If you go outside the ring for more than 10 seconds and use weapons, you lose. When you get in the ring with him for a traditional match, that's the world of AJ Styles. That's where he's at his best. It's his ring and he's untouchable. So if Shane wants to wrestle or throw hands or they want to take it to the air, they'll take it there. But he should have learned from being in the ring with legends like Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, and last year with The Undertaker. But he's never been in the ring with someone like AJ Styles. He's the all-time best performer to ever step foot in a WWE ring. This was AJ's words. And at WrestleMania, he'll find out how phenomenal he really is. Then after that, AJ signs his portion of the contract. Shane signed his after he was done talking. And then, they move the table. They get in each other's face like they want to brawl. Crowd's going crazy. Bryan separates them and tells them to just seal the deal with a handshake. Of course, Shane puts his hand out there. AJ looks at him and just exits the ring. He just, gets some heat there, and that was pretty much that. I actually thought they were going to brawl, to be honest. Did they need to? Probably not, considering they did it last week. But like I said, this is WrestleMania, so this is the time you do things you wouldn't normally do. Even though you fought last week, if you guys hate each other and have so much bad blood, why not do it this week? I don't know. Missed opportunity. But both guys got some good words in on each other, and I did like the disrespect that AJ showed to Shane McMahon. I feel like they're gonna have a good match though. I still feel like that. But I just felt like they could have did just a little bit more. It is only WrestleMania, whatever. Then we have this women's match that just turned into a full clusterfuck, which turned into something good. It started off as Becky Lynch versus Carmella. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss were on commentary. Then they started fighting on the outside and brought it into the ring, which led to a disqualification because everybody started fighting each other. And then Mickie James and Becky Lynch were just in the ring with each other, and they both pointed at the WrestleMania sign. We come back from break, and Daniel Bryan did his best Teddy Long impression and turned it into a tag team match. So we got Becky Lynch and Mickie James on the same team versus Alexa Bliss and Carmella. Now during this match, Natalya comes to the ring after another commercial break. She's on commentary. I was completely lost. To be honest with you guys, I was lost. I didn't understand this. She eventually got involved in the match as well. So did Ellsworth, who of course was in Carmella's corner. He grabbed Becky Lynch's foot after Becky clocked Natalya on the apron, and Natalya got rolled up for the win. And then I'm like, alright, fine, cool, whatever. Got some heat. Carmella wins. Give her a little bit of momentum going into Mania. And then Naomi's music hit. And I'm like, yep, there she is. She came out, started fucking some shit up. She hit like a Hurricane Rana on Natalya on like the entrance ramp. She just cleaned house. And then she dropped a little promo. She said she knows everyone wondered if she would be back in time for WrestleMania. And she is. She's entering the SmackDown Live women's title match. So in her hometown at WrestleMania this Sunday, everyone will feel the glow. So I'm glad Naomi's back. Hope she gets the title back, because I heard that injury she had was very legitimate. So hopefully she's able to regain her title in her hometown. That'll be great. That was the saving grace for that whole thing, to be honest, because just like Raw, it was just a big clusterfuck that they could have did without. They could have all just been fighting backstage, could just made a segment out of that. They didn't have to have a match turn into a tag team match that was just going to get interrupted in 3 minutes. I'm getting too angry. Let me continue. So Daniel Bryan was in his office, and Tyler Breeze came in dressed as Breezy Bella again and said he wanted to be in the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. And Daniel was like, no, Nikki. He was just playing along with it. No, Nikki, I can't do that. You're already in a match. And then Tyler came out of the whole thing. He's like, dang it, dude, it didn't work. And pretty much he and Fandango were just trying to get a match at WrestleMania. So he puts him in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that they won't win, because of course they're not going to win. Why would they? And he tells them they can be in this 10-man tag team match with some of the other participants in the match later tonight. I'm just like, oh great, a 10-man tag team match, as if I haven't gotten enough of those over the past few weeks. And then we get a bright spot. The best thing to happen on SmackDown Live tonight. The finale of the Total Bellas Bullshit segment with Miz and Maryse playing the characters of John Cena and Nikki Bella. So Miz and Maryse came down. It was a whole Miz TV segment. He said last week you got a glimpse into the personal lives of Cena and Nikki Bella. And this week they showed the shocking conclusion. So the last segment was pretty much this whole family dinner segment. It started off with Cena and Nikki Bella, of course, dressed as Maryse and Miz. They were playing them, of course. Walking into the dinner thing or whatever. There's a guy in the corner with the cue cards for Cena to compliment Nikki Bella. Freaking hilarious. You guys just need to go watch the segment. I just got a few bullet points on it or whatever. Nikki Bella had a dress on with just her freaking hat that she wears backwards. And then Cena had the big jacket on with his WWE shirt on and the hat. It was so funny. It was so hilarious. And then I think Nikki tried to insinuate she wanted kids, and Cena was like, "Oh, well, perfect, because we got Daniel Bryan here." And then the Miz was dressed up as Daniel Bryan, and he wasn't standing up. He was like on his knees, making it seem like Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan's short. So he was just making a short joke, and he was just like, yes, yes. You guys need to go watch this. This is gold right here. This is pure gold. They need to win a Slammy, an Emmy, something for this. That was freaking hilarious. And then, he had this fake beard. He was short as hell. Bree came in to help him into the chair. They made fun of him being vegan and everything. And they had to put a bib on him so he could drink a juice box. I was just sitting there dying laughing. It was freaking hilarious. And then they had Cena lay down the rules for eating and how they all must be synchronized in the way that they eat and everything, or they're breaking a rule. Of course, his rules had to be made fun of as well. And then they teased another marriage proposal, and Nikki just pretty much asked Cena to marry him. He was like, I will not marry you ever. And then he just cut a promo on her about, the fans and everything, and how they're going to lose to the Miz and Maryse at WrestleMania, and how he's fake, and he doesn't really love her. He only loves himself. He's just using her to make him look good. And, that's when the jokes and stuff ended. They finally, got serious. They looked at the camera, and, they took off all the stuff and everything. And they said that at WrestleMania, they're going to make it a nightmare for him and show that they're nothing. They have nothing in the WWE. They're both done. And he hopes they enjoyed their careers, their red carpets, their movies, and award shows. And Maryse says she hopes that Nikki Bella enjoyed the Kids' Choice Awards because that's the closest she will ever get to kids. And that their life is total bullshit. That was the whole, whatever of the whole thing, the whole summary of them doing the whole skit and everything. Their life is just total bullshit. So, John Cena and Nikki Bella come to the ring, and this is where it gets even better. So they come out to confront them. The Miz says he's surprised that it took them that long to come out and interrupt him. John Cena said he was laughing like everyone else in the back. He enjoyed everything. He made fun of himself. He's like, yeah, I got rules, and sometimes Nikki and Brie have to fight over who they are, and they keep forgetting, and, just pretty much saying everything was funny. But he said after the jokes were over, and you guys got serious, that's when I got the problem. I don't have a problem with the spoof. I have a problem with you guys getting in the camera and acting all serious and started running your mouth. And then, Cena was like, Maryse thinks that Nikki Bella stopped her from coming to the WWE, and if that's the case, she wouldn't be in the ring right now, so you don't make any sense with that. They didn't ask her to come back at that time because they didn't want her back because she did nothing. Go to the WWE Network and look up the best of Maryse, and you'll see nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then Cena said he's not leaving. He's making a movie, and then he's coming back. Hell, everybody's done it. From Triple H to Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. A ton of people have done it. Even The Miz has done it. But he's just making cheap remakes of his movies, and he's trying to figure out why Maryse is there. He was like, if you guys want a headline, Maryse is being used by The Miz to be on Total Divas. There's a women's revolution, and women are proving they're just as good, if not better than men. And Nikki Bella even picked up a dude last week who was like 210 pounds and slammed him and made him tap out. But Maryse is just here stealing the check. He was like, Miz is just using Maryse to get on Total Divas. And he says, you were making fun of Nikki Bella for not having kids, but you guys been married for how long? And you don't have any kids. How many kids you got? You don't got none, do you? Are you over there firing blanks? And The Miz got so pissed when he said that. Cena told him, he said, I told you a long time ago not to bring a knife to a gunfight, but you didn't listen. You guys just talk and talk and talk. And he says, where he comes from, you get knocked down and you get back up. And, he says, it's not real, and real will punch him in the face on Sunday. He'll show him what real is. Miz isn't being real, he's being fake. Said he had him laughing until he took off all the stuff and got serious. And then John Cena did the same thing. He took off his shirt, threw that, took off his hat, the chains, the armbands, and everything else. He just took all of it and threw it all off and was like, now I'm getting serious. And he says he's looking into the eyes of the man that will crush him on Sunday. And he usually says he's in the fight of his life, but he's not. This time he's not, and they're going to destroy them. He was like, you remembered all the house rules, but you forgot one rule. If you're going to talk tough, you better be tough. And he called The Miz a pussy. I was like, what the hell? He just straight up, he was like, you're a pussy. I'm like, whoa. Didn't expect him to say that. They're just gonna say a punk or a coward. No, he called him a pussy. He says they're gutless, spineless, loudmouth cowards, and they aren't the it couple, they're the shit couple. And Cena begs them to prove him wrong, and he was like, if you're gonna ball up that fist, take a shot. But remember, I'm the guy who wore his nose on the side of his face and finished the match. And Maryse, if you're feeling froggy, you want to come and slap me, you take one step into my direction and Nikki Bella will knock the Botox out your cheeks. I'm just like, damn, why is Cena this freaking good on the mic, man? Why is he burying them? Why? Oh my goodness, Cena is burying these guys. He says they, that's when, the Miz and Maryse got close as they were about to fight them. And then, of course, they walked away, took a powder, got out of the ring, started walking up the ramp, and then Miz turned around, threw his suit jacket off, and started walking back. Of course, T's getting into the ring again. Maryse told him, nah, it's not worth it. And then they walked away. Cena picked up the mic again and said, since he's firing blanks, there may not be anything to shoot. And then Nikki Bella grabs the mic and says that they'll kick their ass on Sunday and everything. So, total obliteration by Cena on the mic. It was freaking hilarious. And that, like I said, you guys need to go back and watch that dang Total Bella segment. You need to just watch the whole thing. Every segment they did was just freaking hilarious. Just go, especially when they did the Daniel Bryan thing, dude. I was on the floor crying. I was crying. That was freaking hilarious. You guys need to see that. That was just gold. Whoever directed that, came up with that idea, scripted it, that was just incredible. They need props for that. Whoever came up with that is a freaking genius. And then after that, we get that 10-man tag team match. To be honest, I didn't really pay attention to it because it was just all over the damn place. It was hard to follow. Just a bunch of people who be in that irrelevant-ass battle royal that does nothing for anybody. Like I said, the match was just a clusterfuck. Mojo Rawley picked up the win for his team. The Faces won. No shocker there. And then we get Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. And before the match, Luke Harper dropped a little promo or whatever. He says he told Bray, once a snake, always a snake. He was blinded by a bad ego, and now he's seen the truth. And the truth is, he doesn't need Bray. He's free, and if he was Bray, he'd run. And then we have a good match between Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper in the main event. I don't see how WWE doesn't know that they have a star on their hands. I don't know. How do they not see this? Like, Luke Harper even has a new look now. He's rocking, like, all black and stuff. Got his hair in this, like, little bun or something. He has, like, this really, really serious look, like he's about his business. And these two brought the fight to each other. This was a good fight. Good big man match. From Bray hitting the Uranagi and the Seitan to follow it up, to Luke Harper hitting 2 suicide dives to the outside, attempted a Sister Abigail, but Bray countered that. He even hit a Seitan from the apron. You wouldn't expect Luke Harper to go from the apron and dive over the top rope onto Bray Wyatt. You wouldn't expect him to do something like that, but he did it. And then he hit a discus clothesline and almost picked up the win. But Bray had his hand on the ropes just to save the 3 count. And then Bray was getting back up, and Luke Harper was setting up for another discus clothesline. And then he looked at him, and I looked at Bray too, and you noticed there was like this black substance. He was just like spitting it out, and it was just running down his face. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on with him? And Harper hesitated and was like backing up. He was like, what the fuck is up with you, dude? Are you good? And then he tried to hit the discus clothesline, but he got caught with Sister Abigail, and Bray Wyatt won the match. It wasn't a pretty sight by any means with whatever the hell that was. The black substance. I guess they're just trying to continue with the Sister Abigail story. You know, she's apparently living within Bray, so if they're going with that, then I guess she's giving him the power to overcome adversity. So I guess that was the story they were trying to tell. It was creepy. It did what it was supposed to do. Got me invested in that whole thing. And I'm glad they're actually doing something and not just, oh, well, he has the power of Sister Abigail. Yay, he's still Bray Wyatt. Nah, they're trying to do something different. His look on his entrance, the way he was holding the title, he just feels a little bit different. Not totally different, but a little bit different. So it did his job. And then we had Randy Orton pop up on the screen again. He was back at the same hollow ground they've been going to, the same one he burned down, the same one Bray washed his face with ashes in to get the power of Sister Abigail. And he told Bray that he was back there, and he had that crucifix that Bray laid against him last week when he was like, you know, surrounded by all those guys in sheep masks or whatever. And he says, I'm at the place where Bray came to become one with Sister Abigail, the all-seeing and all-knowing place. And he says he's going to seal his fate by driving this crucifix into the ground. And then they played the clip of him saying, I'm coming for you, Bray. I'm coming for that title. And they played that little clip as Randy drove the crucifix into that ground. I guess trying to eliminate the powers that Bray Wyatt had just inherited. I think that's what he was trying to do. Not too sure, but we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. They did a good job with this. At first it was, you know, kind of iffy. Everybody was a little bit on the edge about it because everybody felt bad for Bray. But, you know, after a few weeks, we didn't feel bad. At least I didn't. I didn't feel bad for Bray anymore. So I'm interested to see how this match is going to go and what the result is. This is probably the least predictable match on the card for me. I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't. I'm interested, but I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm wondering. I'm very interested. They did a good job with this one. But I'm upset. I didn't, at least if maybe I just didn't see it or it just happened like that. I didn't see any more build to Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Like, what? Are they just having a normal match or what? Like, Dean came out last week on the forklift, and maybe they were going to have like a forklift match or something, like a Falls Count Anywhere or a street fight, something like that. At least the way they've been trying to brutalize each other, I thought they were going to go with something like that. But they didn't do anything to hype the match up or anything. I almost forgot about it. So it just didn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. A lot of missed opportunities. This did not feel like a build to WrestleMania, and I felt like they could have did a whole lot more. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Maybe I'm just, you know, overreacting a little bit. This was a good episode of SmackDown, a bad go-home show for WrestleMania. Just like Raw yesterday. Raw was a bad go-home show. Let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys feel about the two go-home shows. Did they feel like actual go-home shows, or did they just fall flat to you guys? It fell flat in my opinion. They could have did so much more. They could have built up so many more different things, different ways, and got us even more excited for WrestleMania. I'm excited for WrestleMania just because it's WrestleMania, but there's not any heightened sense of excitement that the WWE could have produced with their two shows. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in there. Once again, slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. Want to thank you guys for watching. And I have more videos coming this week. It's going to be a very, very busy week. I'll probably be collabing with a few people during the week as well. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know about that on Twitter. And thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.